Hey, hello everybody. Good evening. Good morrow. Whatever time zone you guys catch me in. Good. Insert generic greeting time. My name's Eric. I'm EricVulgaris here, and welcome to Once Upon a Game, the story game variety show where we do one-shots of awesome, cool indie RPGs. And tonight's game, or whatever generic time, insert relevant times game today, is Remember Tomorrow. And I'm riding the high of Cyberpunk. Like, I just finished the Sprawl with a really, really cool cast. And I want to do some more Cyberpunk, and I want to bring it to Remember Tomorrow, which is a GM-less, multi-protagonist, but not a team-style game. So, think of Game of Thrones or Crash, where, there's a main protagonist and their stories intertwine, but they don't necessarily are all together kind of game. That's all about the gritty cyberpunk, about going against corporations. It's a lot of fun. The original game is by a guy named Gregor Hutton. He's the guy who's behind 316 Carnage Amongst the Stars, which I think Adam Coble mentioned several times on his stream before. He also did Best Friends, I think, which is a cool game, which I haven't had a chance to play yet on the stream. And yeah, I'm really excited to play this game. I played this game once so far on the stream. I've played it several times in person with Story Game Seattle, and it's a lot of fun. And it was through Story Game Seattle that I learned how you could basically gut this game to a very core section of it, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So instead of playing the rules as written, I'm sorry, the game will be cut down and streamlined for a one-shot. So that's what we're doing. Kelsa and Leaf switched bodies. They did. How'd you guys do that? How'd you switch bodies?
It's because I came into the Zoom later, and you probably just reused the previous overlay where I came in first.
That's exactly what I did. There you go. Fix that. Look at that production value. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Once Upon a Game. Today, since it's a GM-less game, it's a one-shot game, I just want to go over a couple things I know we've all heard before because we played several times, but I just love reiterating them in case this is you as a viewer. This is your first time watching. So, the thing about Once Upon a Game, and specifically this story game, is that it's GM-less, which means that nobody's in control here. We all are equal stakeholders. We're all going to be putting forward ideas into this game. But none of us has sole authority over this game. The game has rules which dictate how much authority, who has what authority and when. However, nobody has all the authority all the time. So being able to let go of some of your ideas of where the game is going and giving it up to the group, because the fundamental idea of why we're playing a game today is that the story that we'll create together will be better than the story you can create yourself. If you can believe in that, we'll be great. And we have some tools here to help you. First thing is to be obvious. State it when you're sometimes if you're being a quiet character and they're sneaking around or something like that, and they're like, "Oh yes, it'll be perfectly fine for you to come over for some tea." And then if you do that, that's great. Sometimes you should telegraph afterwards. Be like, "By the way, my character is totally lying." Being able to give some sort of cues like that sometimes is good. Be obvious if you're trying to be stealthy, reveal that you're being stealthy and other people will play off of it. Basically, keep your secrets in the open is another way of putting it. The second thing would be to say whatever comes to your head. When you're unsure of which way the direction of a story should go with the first thing that comes up in your brain and see what happens. And the last but not least is to steal liberally. Just like if you were a GM, you should be looking over anything you've recently read, seen, movies, books, previous RPG streams, specifically the Sprawl. Anything that can be recycled into your games, use it. You don't have to steal, whole cloth. Sometimes you can. If you played The Witcher for a while and you really like The Witcher, maybe your character has white hair, and we don't know why they have white hair, right? You can steal little bits of it and incorporate things into games, and we'll see what happens. So that's a really good, easy way. It should not be a stressful type thing. Okay, so those are the 3 tips. And now, as always, the meta rule before we begin play. Are we cool with the X card, guys?
Yes.
For those who don't know, the X card is a safety valve that we have in our games. If because I'm talking so much about this as a one shot, we should bring it. We should have all these cool ideas. They come off the top of your dome. Sometimes things that you come up with and you want the game to go, people are not going to be okay with it. In like not a, I wish the story didn't do that. It's more like I personally am upset with this material that you're putting forward, but you're not causing any blame here. You're just signaling that, hey, can we X that out? I'm not, and like with like an X like this or a tiny X like this or just chatting X. I don't want this in the game. That's like the safety thing. So if you're like triggered by whatever it is, like if it's a talking dolphin or like it's some dogs in space, or like it doesn't matter what it is. It's like magic. It's gone. You don't have to justify why. That's the big thing. Nobody's going to make you write a thesis about and defend your point. We trust you when you say that you don't want it in the game. So, but that only works as long as we're willing to believe it, because there's no worse gaming experience than when you're like, I wish I X'd this out and I didn't. Like that's the shittiest feeling. So it's okay. Are we willing to do that? Because it is hard. It is definitely hard to be like, I'm uncomfortable, but other people are enjoying this right now, and I don't want to be that person. But by us agreeing, we're saying like it's okay to do this. Like are we on board with this? This is okay, right? Paul?
I agree.
Well, okay. Just standing there.
I also agree.
Yeah. Awesome. Fantastic. Cool. So those are the big things, and now let's shift over to sprawl mode.
So I'm Roxy Crash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember tomorrow mode. Well, same thing. Cyberpunk. Remember sprawl tomorrow. I can't make a portmanteau.
Remember yesterday.
Yeah. So we're just remember yesterday. So yeah. So let's do a little bit about Remember Tomorrow. So Remember Tomorrow is a near future role playing game. This game relies on protagonists. What we're gonna be doing at the start is kind of coming up with who our protagonists will be, what motivates them, and what sort of goal they want out of the game. Because every character has a goal, and every character has 3 stats. They are ready, they are willing, and they are able. Okay? So what happens is a character achieves their goal when they're able to check off that they are willing, when they check off when they're ready, and when they check off when they're able. Basically, all 3 criterion are met, so they can achieve whatever their story goal is. And we'll be coming up with that once again, whatever, in a little bit. So how does this work? You're gonna have a character card. You technically don't own the character, but you're just using them for the time being, because at any point, if you feel like the story isn't really, you don't want to focus on this character anymore, you can kind of just put this character like into the middle pile of characters, and someone else can use them. So they're not always yours. Basically this game is about following the action. And at other points, we're also going to be playing the corporations, the factions involved that are opposing the PCs. Different moves involve players making deals with factions for power, which increases power because, factions have their own goals. Factions have their own power sheet, but instead of being ready, willing, and able, they just have 1 stat. So they can get powerful very quickly. So this game is sort of like a like race to the bottom, where like once a character starts getting a high stat, which means when they roll, there's a higher chance of success that they're going to achieve whatever they seek to do. We have to be careful here. So like that's when you start trying to bring things down. So with that being said, I think the game will be much easier explained when we start doing play. So
yeah, and I think we're playing like a modified version, right?
Oh yeah, we streamlined a lot of this stuff for the game for purposes of a one shot. I'll link the house rules that we're playing with, but at the end. But mostly the most important things is that every character. First thing is we completely write out the positive conditions and negative conditions of this game. Characters can get like depressed or like angry or like sort of like condition modifiers to their things. We found that it slows the game down too much for a one shot. They're gone. Another big thing is that in the original game, characters when they like check off they're like ready or willing or able, like there are 3 things. There are opportunities in the game for you to uncheck those. That's gone. Once you check that stuff, like once you are secure, you are secure. The rider is that once you have 2 out of 3 of those things secure, and you go to make that 3rd test, you do not get another chance. It's like make or break time at that point. If you fail, then we describe how your character fails, and they get written out of the game. So expect some people to not last. It's perfectly normal. And we'll play. This game has no ending condition. The game will just play when we feel like we had a good game. It oftentimes ends when a character does get written out because they did it in such an awesome way. Typically, when someone achieves their goal for the first time. Okay, so that's sort of like the top-down overview. So let's start creating some characters and stuff like that. So. Because there's 3 people, someone's going to make a character, somebody's going to make a corporation, and then someone's going to have a choice of making either a character or a corporation. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
So does anybody want to do something right off the bat? Like, does anybody have an idea if they want to make a character or a corporation right now?
I've got a lot of ideas boiling around in the back of my head, and I could really go either way. So
Okay.
I'd be more than happy to be that final person to take whatever to.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, you know what? Since I am facilitator for this game, so like I'm not. So by the way, as a facilitator, it doesn't mean that I have more power. It just means that I know the rules, right? And I'm sort of like just the person. Yeah, know the rules. Right. If anyone who's ever seen Once Upon a Game, that is a very iffy statement.
I just watched the entire VOD of the last time you played this,
Yeah.
and remember every time when you corrected yourself.
Yup. Okay. You know what? How about I just make the first character just to like show a little demo of what it's like, right?
Sure.
So, I'm just going to write this sort of template out right now. I'm going to make this just so I have an idea of what's going to happen. The character's going to have a name. They're going to have a ready. Then they're going to have a ready score. They're going to have willing. They're going to have a willing score. They're going to have an able. They're going to have an able score, and they're going to have a goal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the book. I'm going to grab the list of the different types of characters that there are. Like they're called identities in this game, and I'm going to roll a d10. The options here, you can choose from this list, or you can roll. I prefer to roll first and then choose, which is sort of like the Kevin Crawford style of GMing advice approach. So I'm going to roll a d10. 1. I'm an activist. An activist, you want to affect change, like environmentalists, crusading singers, or political firebrands. Yeah, so an activist is kind of like a pusher. Okay. Yep, I'm going to be an activist. That sounds good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my motivation. And motivation's also a d10 roll. So I'm going to roll a d10. 2. Oh, freedom. Awesome. So I'm an activist, and my motivation is freedom. So I'm going to be some sort of character advocating sort of like chaos. Like everybody being for themselves. Liberation, right? The big thing I think of would be like a communist agitator, like a workers collective, like a uniter. So I think I'm going to be. So I think my character is going to be something like that. I think they're going to be Boris. I need like a Brazilian last name. I like the idea of combining like Eastern Europe and South American. Like it seems very cyberpunky.
Ventura.
Anything Spanish. Yeah, Ventura. Ventura is fine. Boris Ventura. And I am a activist, and I have the motivation of freedom. I want to. I probably work for some corporation as like a someone like on an assembly line, you know, doing some sort of like menial labor that for whatever reason the robot doesn't do it. And I'm trying to get. So, and my goal, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stage a takeover of the I'd say Brightstone Corp automotive factory. So I'm going to say stage a worker takeover is where it should be. So I'm like a communist agitator. Okay, and so now for my skills, I'm going to have a 3, 4, and a 5 to select into my skills. Ready, willing, or able. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my character a 5 in ready, because I feel like he's more than... No, he's gonna get a 4 in ready. He has a 5 in willing and a 3 in able right now. He is more... he has the drive to do it, but and he thinks he knows. He thinks he's ready. Like he read the plans or whatever. Like when like the factory bosses aren't looking like how to organize people. But he just can't. He's not sure how to go through with it. The best examples of being ready, willing, and able is imagine a sniper. A sniper who's ready is somebody who is in position, right? Like with a gun or whatever, long distances. Willing is are they you know, do they want to kill this person? And able is how good of a shot they are. That's sort of like a general brief overview of what those three things mean. And what's going to happen is in scenes, we're going to roll d10s and we're going to assign them to ready, willing, and able and see how you succeed and how you don't succeed based on how we assign these roles. So the first thing we do when we create a character, or when we're done creating a character, is we get to actually roll 3d10 and see if we roll below our scores, because we want to roll below our numbers here. And this is just sort of going to be a vignette, and everybody who's a character gets to do this at the start. They sort of have like a vignette, and they get to see if their skills get upgraded at all. So I have a 1, 8, and a 7. So I do. I'm able to upgrade one of my stats, and I'm going to use this upgrade for my stat to show something fictionally what's changed. So I'm going to spend my 1 here. So it doesn't matter how I allocate the 8 or 7, because I'm neither ready or willing, but I did score something for able. So I'm allocating my 1 to able. And my big thing here is that I'm going to be... So what did we find? We see, so it is the lunch shift, like the lunch bell just rings in this like dirty, grimy factory. There's a big sign like in neon that says Brightstone Corp, as like we see like the sparks of like machinery and like conveyor belt stuff go and then kind of like grind to a halt. And we look around. We see Boris look around the factory floor. And he looks to a couple of like clearly like some of his like best buddies or whatever, like with just eyes like nodding. One of them has like a cyber eye, and you see Boris go over to the guy with the cyber eye, and he's like, "Did you get the parts?" And this mysterious guy is like, "Yes, everything's according to plan." So he is ready, willing. So that's sort of how we start here when we create a character.
Okay. So we want to be rolling below our stat.
Yes. Correct.
All right. So now for our faction, should this be like something opposing this guy? Should it just be something related? Should they be helping them? What kind of faction are we looking for?
Oh, the faction is your choice here. It doesn't have to be necessarily related. What you would be doing then is in the book on page something, there's a list of possible factions and what factions could be. Just like how there's identities for player characters.
Yeah.
It's on page 18.
Yeah.
Which is page 20 of the PDF. Once again, you would roll a d10 and select something.
Yeah, let's see what we get from rolling. Entertainment.
Yes.
Alright.
They could be a direct enemy. It's usually good to make them a direct enemy.
Yeah.
But it could be just somebody on the outside that like I could possibly align with, right? Or because okay.
I don't think they're like revolutionary media. I think they're like the opposite. I think they're like propaganda media right now that are like, hey, but if you just shut up and do your job, then like your family gets fed, and we don't have to come kill you. And just like really reinforcing like the servility stuff, right? Like if you just do your thing,
Don't
then
you want
you'll be
to?
fine. And if you see someone else do something bad, report it, and you'll get a bonus.
Do you want to roll? Don't you want to roll for the motivation of the corp as well?
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Survival.
that fits in surprisingly well with what you just described.
So what's the name of them?
All right. So this is God. Pravda. Pravda, which is like
Truth?
a media core, but they're all about
Yeah, it means truth.
but they're all about like tell the truth about when you see someone do some shit.
Yeah, speak up. See something, say something.
Exactly, but it's like insidious cyber corp
Yeah.
shit.
Factions start at 3, and you said they're entertainment.
Yeah, because it's a media thing, right?
Yeah, media. I say yeah, media. Spy. Not spying's not the right word. What do you call turning someone in? Not
God.
saboteuring. Not secret policing, but
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I was just spying on neighbors.
Yeah.
So they're all about that. One last thing: when you make a faction, you need to come up with a character, like a face that you can put on this company. It doesn't have to be the CEO. It could be just somebody in the corporation.
So I need to come up with a character.
Yes.
All right. So let's do speak a name. Mr. Ferreira.
Mr. Ferreira?
Yeah. And he's the guy from HR that you go report to if you saw something.
HR. Who you report to. Okay. Mr.
All right.
Ferreira. Awesome.
now can I roll a d10 and see where it lands on both the PC and corp charts before I decide what I want to do with it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, awesome. Ooh, 5, my lucky number. That would be a insider or scroll. A group or tribe.
What'd you get?
A 5, which could either be a insider or a group or a tribe. I think if I look at insider, that's probably going to be what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
Insider. You work in a corp in middle management, aka a suit. Yeah, all right.
So what's cool here is you could actually be Mr. Ferreira.
Let me see what my motivation is. Greed! Oh my,
That's a pretty good middle management person.
oh my god, so good. Okay, let's see. Where did I put this list? Got my names here. Um. So, do I need to notate like what company or whatever she works for, or no?
You probably should, because you're gonna make a character now, right?
Yeah, I'm making the
You're
character
going
right
with the
now.
middle manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this character sheet, which is also just a empty box in Roll20.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I was not expecting that.
What I would give for a Roll20 to give me an index card.
Oh my god! If you say it enough times, maybe it'll happen. Let me look at some names real quick.
I'm just grabbing text boxes to edit. There's not 2 Borises. Or are there double Borises?
Dun, dun, dun.
Double Borises.
You said your motivation. I heard your motivation was greed, and to go along with Remember Tomorrow. Everything in Remember Tomorrow has sort of like this standing break. So let's do it that way, just to be cool. And you said suit. You're a suit, right? A manager.
Yeah, I'm a suit.
Yeah.
But I figure I'm not like your normal suit, in that like it's not so much a corporation that I'm a middle manager of. It's a like
contracting. Are you a Johnson? Are you like a fixer?
No, give me a chance to say my brilliant idea.
I'm so sorry. I got really excited. It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
It'll totally happen again. No, she is like a what's the proper terminology? She's so far up the ranks in the police force that now it's just politics.
Oh, okay.
So like she's like a captain, but she doesn't actually do any police work.
Yeah.
She just like oversees police officers. She doesn't make any like policies. She just enforces them that come down.
Sure. So what would be your name?
Her name is gonna be.
Yeah, you're stuck in the bureaucracy of a police. Oh shit. Yeah, we all seen The Wire, right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah.
Very much so. All right. Her name is.
Captain something.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Let's go with. I'm the worst at names, and even sitting here looking at this list of a bazillion names, it's too many names.
Roll.
Too many names. The problem is I need the right chart to roll on. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go with Captain Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. That's her name.
Owen? Captain Griffin? Yeah, okay.
Captain Griffin.
It's a solid police name.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to assign your ready, willing, and able?
What is my... Where do I... Isn't there like a list of goals where I could find some good example goals?
Maybe. I've yet to find one.
Okay. Cool. I'll just pull one out of my butt. It's fine. Her goal, she's greedy. So her goal is to get basically to set herself up with the best blackmail scam so that she can retire on just not doing anything.
Oh, so yeah, retire early. Yeah.
Yeah. Early retirement is the goal.
Early retirement, all caps.
Yeah. I think she's pretty close to it, so I want to give her able a 5. Like she knows a lot of secrets.
Okay, she can execute it, but
yeah. And I think that her willing is probably also pretty good, so a 4.
Okay.
But her ready, it's like it's not the right time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's a 3.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
So now you do the scene and then roll. and if you roll below your scores, you get to bump up your scores.
Okay. So, do I roll? Can I roll first, or do I roll after, or how does that work? Do I set it up and then roll and then finish it out?
It's your call. I think what did I do?
You rolled first, and because you only got the one.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So roll first, and then perhaps how you assign your stats could help you fictionally determine what happens in the game.
All right.
Nice.
So that's 2. Does equal count, or does it have
Equal
to be
counts.
lower?
No, equal counts.
Okay. So I'm going to say
question.
that's the 3 to the. Well, I guess I can put the 2 to the ready. I mean, I might as well.
Squid in chat. Yeah, are you the damn it? I'm 2 days from retirement. Only no one suspects it. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. That's great. That's great, Squid.
And then I think so. I'm going to take one into ready, and then I'm going to put the other one under willing. I think, because I think like her motivation to retire has kind of boosted up, or is coming into play. I don't know if it's. I only get to. Do I get to advance both of those, or only one of them?
No, you advance both of them. You can advance both of those in this one.
Okay, and that's what I'm doing. So basically, we see her sitting in her desk, like, because she has like a cubicle office in the middle of the police district, and oh dear God.
Oh, by the way, I never said this. You can't boost a stat, the same stat, more than once in a scene. So you did it fine. So you I guess you implicitly knew that. I'm sorry. Continue.
I did know that.
Yeah.
So I might have just pulled in. My brain just may have pulled another thing I'm stealing in here. So
that's fine.
She's the kind of person that whenever she gets angry, you get that cut of light across her face, and the rest of everything else is in shadow.
Yeah.
And so she's sitting at her desk, and like on her hollow screen, like an alert comes up, and like her eyes narrow, and the camera goes to that that light,
like
cut.
that western cut, right, of like staring it down. Yeah, serious.
And so she narrows her eyes, and she hits a button to reply.
Yeah.
And you see that the message was a like, it says like to, like, she hits reply and it says to the mayor, but we don't actually get to see what the mayor had sent to her. And so the reply says, "Sir, I fully respect your opinion on this matter. However, if you'll remember the events of the night of August 26th, you may see that I actually am not beholden to you in this matter. Please find someone else to do your dirty work. Send."
Oh, so you're working on the mayor.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So, now that we've just made all of this stuff, here's what happens when we have turns. Here are the moves that you can do when it is your turn. When it is your turn, you can create a new character. When you create a new character, your current character, if you have one, gets thrown into the middle pile, and someone else can use them. All right? So you can only hold one character active. That doesn't mean you can't switch back at another time, right? So you can create a character or grab a new one from the middle. You can create a new faction at any point. So these are exclusive, though. So you can create a new faction. We generate it just like how we just did. The next thing you do, if you have a character in front of you, what you can do is you can make a deal. And when you make a deal, you select a faction, and you roll. You both roll. You fictionally describe what this deal is going to be about, and if you succeed, your scores go up, but the factions one automatically goes up no matter what, because factions don't give a fuck about you as a person, and they just, sure, make a deal with me. That'd be great. Because they have their own goals, their own agendas, and they're really powerful, right? So it's a risk to you, but not really to a faction. So those are like the things you can do as a player character. Or you can take control of a faction for this turn. If you take control of a faction for this turn, what you can do is you can attack a player, and you can come at them and threaten them in some sort of way. When you do that as a faction, and you succeed, which will also be one of those D10 kind of select rolls, if you succeed and get more successes than they do, so you're going to be rolling 3 dice just like they are, but all you have to do is always beat your one score instead of the varying ones. If you do that, then you actually like punish that person. Like you can bring them down. You can do damage to their stats, and you can decide how the damage works. But if you are a player and you're being attacked by a faction, that is the time when you can select and be like, I want to achieve one of my story goals. I want to achieve being ready. And then that scene is how it happens. So you as a character can never achieve your story goals unless someone's attacking you. That's like the big selection, right? So you want to be attacked. So you want to have a character who gets in the mess and wants to be attacked. That's the goal. Okay?
All right.
Cool. Fantastic. So, it's back to me now, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yep. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a deal with Pravda.
All right.
So, what we see like it's the same. It's like it's lunchtime still, right at the factory, and we see Boris go over to a video screen, and he dials in and. Does Mr. Ferreira have a face? Or like is he just like one of those people behind a desk, which is just like the shadow in like a video call?
No, I think he has a face,
Okay.
and like, God, it's like selected because he's like aesthetically pleasing as a man, right? So people trust him because he's beautiful.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he's like a very handsome guy.
Yes.
He's like handsome Jack.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
Well, except with the face.
Yeah.
Cool enough.
So Boris is a pretty ugly guy. He's very he's rough around the edges. Boris gives Mr. Ferreira a video call, and he goes, "Mr. Ferreira."
Yes, Mr. Ventura. And it's like see
Yeah.
him pulling up your file.
Yes, I would like to report on Manager Johnson for stealing from the coffers of the Brightstone Automotive Factory.
Manager Johnson, you said?
Yes, he is a despicable person. He does not believe in Brightstone Corp Automotive Factory values. There is no doubt cutting into their bottom line, and I think that... Well, I think there should be an investigation into him.
Alright, we'll make an investigation, but remember, if you're not telling the truth...
Of course.
Hanging.
Yeah. And I think what we see there is... I guess let's see what the rolls say, and then we'll see what happens. I'm going to roll 3d10. Did the stream stop working? Is it working for you?
It looks like it's working.
It's
Okay.
a spinny ball for me.
Mine's spinny ball. Oh, no, it's back. Okay.
Alright.
So I'm rolling 3d10. 6, 5, and a 1. Okay, so I can get 2 successes. What do you get?
I need to roll 2.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You don't have to roll. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Mine just went up.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. There's stream. Yeah, I don't know why. Why is my stream all? Come on, Twitch. Come on, Twitch. Help me out here.
No, it looks fine.
Cool. So, yep, I can bump up 2 of my stats, and you get to bump up your stat to 4. So Pravda is 4. Did you just adjust my stuff?
I did not.
That was me. Okay, somehow it bumped up to 56. Thanks. Everything technical is going wrong. So, I got 2 successes because I'm going to assign my willingness to 6. And I'm going to do my able to 5. Now, readiness makes sense to 5. And so then what we see is after the call gets done and gets put through, right? Boris goes down to the guy with the cyber eye, and he's like, "The call was made. The diversion is en route. Let us proceed with objective Bravo," and we continue.
Amazing.
So that's my turn.
All right. So, for me,
you currently don't have a character.
I currently don't have a character, so let's make one.
Okay. I'm just gonna move
So
these
I
things
can
down
play
so you have
here.
some room. Yep.
And let's roll some dice.
Oh, damn it. Wait.
Let's have another activist.
If you want.
It could be cool. He's a co-conspirator. Did you also get respect? You didn't,
No.
right? You had freedom, alright. So this one gets respect. That's what he wants.
He's slighted.
Alright. His name is Berg Wilkes.
How you spell Berg? B-E-R-G?
Yeah.
And Wilkes, like W-I-L-K-E-S?
No E.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And my stats. I think he is. Able 5, willing 4, ready 3.
So just straight down? 5, 4, 3?
Yep.
Cool. And what's your goal?
I think his goal is that he's like in cahoots with Boris, but he wants to be like.
Does he want to be in charge?
Yeah, he wants to be in charge.
The new manager?
Right. Like he wants a new manager, even though like everyone will own it.
Yeah, but like he's
He
gonna.
wants to be the guy in the spotlight
Yeah.
that like everyone looks up to as the hero.
Yeah, be the hero of the automotive. Yeah,
New plan.
of the plant of the. I'll do BCAF takeover. Awesome, cool. So we're like, so we have 2 characters. We're like allies of this shit. Awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's cool. Oh, so that's really good. Cool. So once again, you get to do your quick little like vignette scene where you
That's right.
get to roll. So let's describe this. Are you Cyber Eye guy? Or are you someone else? You need to roll another die.
Yeah, I had 2, and then.
Oh, I saw that. I see that now.
I split them up by accident.
Classic Leaf.
Let's sure. Let's make him be Cyber Eye guy.
Yeah. Okay, I was wondering in terms of that, because otherwise I was gonna make him into something else. So. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Cool.
Now he's
Yeah.
snagged up.
Okay.
Like I was thinking about, like maybe it's the manager Johnson,
Yep.
and it was actually Berg Johnson Wilkes. But now he's Cyber Eye guy. So. All right, so I think we'll boost up his ready.
To 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that is like where you were like getting the shit from him, and we see Boris go and do something with it. Then Berg is like immediately like telling the co-conspirators like, all right, it's happening soon, guys. Like, get hype.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, we can do it. Like, oh, so are you
Like,
telling?
I got Boris the thing that he needs.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's what I was gonna ask.
that we're totally doing this.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, see, like my plan is working, guys. Like I'm doing all of this. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're stealing Boris's thunder. Awesome, cool.
He wasn't using that glory anyway. It's fine.
And I think to tag the Able onto there too. So let's boost it up to 4. It's like you see the reaction of the other workers. It's like, you know, patting him on his back and like, yeah, man, you're the best, Berg.
Yeah.
We'll teach those filthy corporate.
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like Boris might be like a foreman, but not like the manager. So like he's not, you know, he's like not a middle manager. He's like one step below it. Like he would be like a what do you call it? A sergeant, right? Like if it was the military, he's not like a lieutenant. He's a sergeant. Like he's not an officer. But he has all this responsibility. While like Boris like is in the trenches, but he's like the people's hero, right? Like he's not necessarily authoritatively powered, but he has the power of popular opinion. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. That's what I see when that happens. Okay. Cool. I like how that's playing out. Awesome. Okay, Kelsa, it's to you.
All right, I actually want to make another corporation because I think just Pravda it's not enough.
No, I agree.
So
Are you gonna make the mayor?
I don't know. Let's find out what I roll. I got a gang.
It's pretty reasonable.
The mayor is a gang. No, and also greed. Okay. So, street scum gang, bitter, hated group full of rage. Okay, so this is a gang, and they are called, the Dunderbuffs. And
Dunderbuffs rule.
They're so buff. Ugh.
Super buff.
The Dunderbuffs bring the thunder cuffs.
No, they are, they're basically like organized cut purses. They are the group that like, they go out there and they just, like hit civilians hard. But like they specifically target like actual like rich like high up the corporate ladder people, like, and kneecap them in the street. Ooh. Like they are specifically the reason why CEOs walk around with like a posse of guards, because these guys they're like
serious.
They are vicious, and they are and they target high profile people.
Yeah. But
through just sheer numbers and bullheadedness, and they're not very clever, but they're kind of smart. You know?
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And what's the NPC that's going to represent them? It's not the only person who represents them, by the way. This is just something other people can riff off of.
Gotcha. So
you're wearing the wrong colors for this part of town, son. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wearing the wrong suit.
It's a guy named Kaz. That's not his name, but that's what he goes by.
It's a street name, yeah.
Yeah. and it's spelled with a K, like
Yeah, I'm
but-
ahead of you.
yeah, but
I picked that up immediately.
cannot see what you're typing.
Yeah.
But it's like, even though it's like spelled with a K, it's like short for casual. Like he literally only
Kaz with a Z.
Yeah. But
Like it's implied that it's a K, but he has to say Kaz with a Z.
yeah, totally. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like he like only wears like jeans and a t-shirt. Like it's like every day is casual Friday, which is funny because they're a street gang of toughs. So it's not like he would ever dress up for any reason ever.
Do the Dunderbuffs have like a break room and like a vending machine and like a
That's
coffee
like
pot and like
right? They dress casual because business people are like Satan. Fuck those guys. Right?
Right.
Dunderbuffs where every day is casual Friday. They have like a community newsletter, like bulletin board.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mary shares
good.
her recipes for cake.
Yeah. If they
Right. Yeah, totally.
here's for wearing full link says this is what you get for wearing white after Labor Day.
Nice.
Don't fuck with the Dunderbuffs. Cool. Good gang.
Yeah.
Sweet gang skills. All right, I'm gonna do one more before we go to a break. I too am going to make. No, I'm gonna do Pravda. I'm gonna be a corp this time. I'm going to attack. I'm gonna attack Berg.
Right.
So, I think we see not Mr. Ferrer, I guess like an agent, like a field agent would show up. Probably the person that Boris assigned, right? Excuse me, the person that Boris after Boris spoke to Mr. Ferreira assigned to the case regarding the manager, right? So I think this person wants to learn about the manager and is going to start by talking to you. But this might sort of be like one of those scenes where there's sort of like he might learn there's something else going on, kind of thing, like inadvertently. So he's trying to figure out if the manager is right, but there's a chance that you might think that he's trying to figure out if you're doing something, right?
Yeah, and we all like have like weapons behind our back.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like we were gonna do this thing. He was gonna go in the manager's office.
Yeah. So I think this guy shows up and he's like, excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me.
And it's like,
sir.
yeah, and like he's holding it.
Yeah.
Kind of behind his leg or something to look casual, but he's hiding something.
I think the people who work for Pravda, they wear like very like authoritative Hugo Boss suits, but they sort of have like a red like half cloak thing like on their one shoulder. They look, like I imagine they're like this kind of world's fashion is very like Hunger Gamesy. Like they have sort of like extravagant sort of kind of style suits. Like imagine like a solid black sort of like leather or a black 3-piece suit, but he has sort of like a red sort of like what like a matador would like kind of wear, like shoulder pad, or like some kind of like red cloth kind of like and he's like he's like holding like a wrist that like glows into sort of like a document pad or something. Maybe it's like on the inside of his wrist, and like it comes up and excuse me, and like he's like flipping through Mr. Wilkes.
And it's like, yeah, and like his cyber eyes zooming in on the ad that he has.
I wanted to come here. I want to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
What's it about? I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, this isn't about you per se. This is about Manager Johnson. It's okay, by the way. I'm Mr. What is the Mr. Mercedes.
Mercedes?
Yeah. Don't worry. My name is Mr. Mercedes, and this interview will not count against your clocked in hours.
It's like, all right.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how has Manager Johnson treated you in terms of fair play and hours?
Oh, horrible. Mr. Johnson is like the worst because it's like, right, we have this plot against Mr. Johnson. Like, we talked about this again.
Oh, okay.
It's like horrible. Like, I had to work like Easter night, Easter morning,
Yeah.
second day of Easter, like all day. I have kids.
Second day of Easter.
He closes his thing for a second. He made you work on Easter too?
Yeah.
And like brings it back on like
Nobody does that.
second Easter? What a monster!
It's horrible.
All right, let's
My
roll.
kids are scarred for life.
Now we're gonna roll because I want to measure what happens, what his response will be.
All right.
So I roll 3d10. I got no successes. Wait. Before you roll, okay. You have your chance to declare if you want to do a story goal or not. Otherwise,
I wanna do a what?
you can do a story goal here. What you can say is, I'm going to secure ready, I'm going to secure willing, or secure able.
Which one?
Yeah. And what happens is like you lock in, and you're like 1/3 of your goal is complete now.
All right. Let's do ready.
Okay. Cool. All right. So then you rolled and you got a 9, 4, and a 1. So you succeed. You lock in. You're ready then, right? Because assuming you can use your 1 for that, right? And in fact, you do.
That's 2 successes.
Yes. In fact, you got 2 successes over me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is important because in conflicts, when you have more successes than me, you win your goal, and you get a 1 bonus. You get like a +1, what's called like a story kind of thing. And what you can do is you can either spend that on improving one of your stats, or you can use it to hurt Pravda and bring their skill down to 3. You basically have like a bonus, like plus or minus, that you can spend on somebody.
Yeah.
Either yourself or the faction attacking you.
Let's boost up his able too.
Okay, so you're gonna spend it on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you succeeded at ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a little like green underline underneath ready. Okay, so you're 1/3 of your way to being the hero of the BCAF takeover.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Awesome. So that means that Pravda, yeah, like when you say second Easter, working at second Easter, maybe Mr. Mercedes is an extremely religious man, and he's like, my God, where's his office? I must speak to him immediately, and he doesn't suspect a thing, right?
Point into there.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't suspect it, so he goes up to the manager's office, like storms and fuming up there.
And Berg is like beaming to his other
Yeah,
guys.
like-
turn his back. He's like, look, I sold out the man. Like, he's super bad, and like I got him just like fucking kicked out.
Nice. Yeah, good job. Yeah, awesome. So shit. So that worked. That did not go well for Pravda.
No,
And it's just so we know, if Pravda would have succeeded on that, then Boris would get what's called like a cool die. Or no, that's inspectors. I get some sort of cool. I get an additional die that I can spend on a roll where I can roll 4 dice and choose them if I were to win. I forget what it's called.
I think it's
Edge.
the
Edge.
whole
Oh,
process.
edge die. Sure, edge die.
Edge die?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Cool die. Edge die. Edge is just another word for cool in Cyberpunk, anyways. So
Yeah.
All right. So that's my turn. It's 10:04. I think it's probably our perfect time for our break then, right? Also,
Okay.
hi, Sith Master. All right. So we will return with Kelsa. All right. Is that okay?
Wouldn't
No, do you want to?
it be Paul?
Oh yeah, it would be me.
Oh, it would be Paul. Okay. Well, get wrecked.
Oh damn!
Sorry. No, I'm sorry, Paul. So let's just go to our first break, and because I have to get up real quick, and we'll come back, and it'll be Paul's turn. Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming in and tuning in with us as we play Remember Tomorrow. Some different GM-less cyberpunk action.
Yeah.
So see you guys in 5 minutes.